Hello my soldiers. How are you? Welcome to chapter 3 of the fanfic. What if Kushina became dark? Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos. Now without further ado, let's get to the video. We can see Kushina and her friend still in front of the Konoha gate. Uncertainty and discomfort is evident in everyone's eyes, especially the Uzumaki's present with Kushina. As she told them all about Konoha, they are not the least bit excited about entering the village. But they're all doing it for Naruto, so they can get him out of there. So with their minds focused on the goal, they head forward to the gate. The group arriving at the gate are confronted by the guards responsible for the gate. Stop immediately, what do you want here in Konoha? Asked the guard. We're here to call the Hokage and the council to a meeting regarding clan business, Kushina replies. Very well, show your documents so you can continue your journey here, said the guard. Some of our comrades here have lost their documents due to missing ninja attacks, will that be a problem? Kushina asks. Well, if not everyone has documents, then they will have to wait for the authorization of at least one jounin to release the entrance, replies the guard. That won't be necessary, here take my ID card, that's more than enough isn't it? Tsunade said. When the guard takes a closer look at who that card belongs to, and then looks at Tsunade, he almost has a heart attack. Tsunade-sama, you are back, said the guard. Enough bullshit, will you release our entry or not? They are under my protection, Tsunade said. Oh of course Tsunade-sama, if they are with you then no problem, said the guard as he released the gate for them to enter. The group when entering and passing through some streets immediately begins to attract attention. Not only because in the group, where everyone had red hair, but also the fact that Tsunade and Shizune were with them made the matter more mysterious to the villagers. Oh my god, is this Tsunade-sama, the Princess Senju? A random villager said. Tsunade-sama is back, said another villager. The group ignores everyone and continues their journey. On the way some villagers try to start a conversation, but everyone just ignores them, even Tsunade and Shizune. Seeing this makes the villagers very uncomfortable, because it's almost like the group has hostile intentions against them, and seeing even Tsunade do that made some villagers worried. Some time passes and the group finally arrives at the Hokage's tower, and passing by the receptionist, they inform that they need an urgent meeting with the Hokage. The receptionist said that the Hokage was free at the moment, so she informs him about the group, and he orders them into the office. Entering the office, the Hokage was very surprised, and with good reason. In front of him, not only was one of his students, Tsunade, but they also had a group of people with red hair, and for Hiruzen they looked very much like the Uzumaki clan. At the office, Tsunade becomes the group spokesperson, as Kushina still doesn't want to be identified. Hey Saratobi-sensei, it's been a few years Tsunade said. Oh Tsunade, I'm so happy to see you again, what can I do for you, said Hiruzen. Look, I'll get straight to the point sensei, I need you to arrange a meeting with all of the council, as soon as possible, on the subject of Naruto Uzumaki. Tsunade said. Now Hiruzen has been caught off guard. Tsunade wants a meeting talking about Naruto, what would she be planning? These questions and several others were running through Hiruzen's head, but he answers anyway. Well, I can do that, but you better have a good reason for it, Tsunade. You already know the council doesn't like your attitude, Hiruzen said. I don't care about the counselors and you know that sensei, Tsunade said. Now something else was catching Hiruzen's attention. First, of the group that was present, besides Tsunade, no one spoke a word. Besides that, Hiruzen was visibly uncomfortable with the presence of Kushina, because according to reports of the Anbu force, she has all the characteristics that the Red Death had. Before I call the meeting, I need to ask something, said Hiruzen. What is it, sensei? Tsunade said. By any chance, is this masked woman the same one they are calling the Red Death? Hiruzen asks. Yes sensei, she is, but she doesn't want to reveal her identity at the moment, only at the time of the meeting, Tsunade said. Hiruzen was a little alarmed, but he trusts his student, so he let it go for now. Now we can see a 4-year-old boy, blonde and blue eyes, in a training camp perfecting his skills. His name was Naruto Uzumaki. For all these years, Tsunade and Kakashi together managed to keep the villagers away from Naruto. Not only that, but Tsunade got some books and scrolls on chakra theory, chakra control, taijutsu, ninjutsu and some chakra weights. And the result was very good for Naruto. The boy was born with the gift of hiding so well that even the Anbu ninjas have difficulty finding him. Tsunade also taught and showed that most villagers don't like Naruto, so she made sure to give specific instructions to avoid any harm to the boy. This different Naruto from the original is not so rebellious. In fact, he admires Tsunade a lot, so everything she said, he fulfilled. Now having the support of Tsunade plus Kakashi, Naruto's intellect was improving very fast. Over time he noticed that if he dared to go into a civilian shop he would at best get kicked out, and he really didn't want to find out what his other options would be if he kept trying, so Naruto looked for some scroll or book in the library of Konoha with content about survival skills in the wild. Well, if he can't go into a store to buy food, why not go into the forest and hunt some animal? And that's what he did, but he had the misfortune to enter the territory of the forest of death. Let's just say what his life in that place was. Difficult. Naruto, even with his training, had great difficulties hunting and facing the various strange animals that this place has. He would come back to his apartment several times with some injuries, almost giving Tsunade a heart attack. But after some time the fruits of his efforts finally came. Naruto became very skilled in the forest of death, and he can kill any animal present there with ease. Back in the present, Naruto was training with some chakra weights when suddenly, an Anbu appears on the spot. Naruto Uzumaki, your presence is being requested by the Hokage. You need to go to his office immediately, said the Anbu. Huh, so Jiji wants to see me? Tell him I'm going to see him Dathabayo, said Naruto. The Anbu nods and then disappear with a shunshin. A few minutes later, Naruto arrives at Hiruzen's office and as usual barges at the door without warning. Hey Jiji, they said you wanted to talk to me, said Naruto. Hiruzen laughs at Naruto's totally informal way of showing up at the office, but confirms what Naruto said. Yes Naruto, I called him here because he will have a meeting with me and the council with the matter being about you, Hiruzen said. Huh, me? Did I do something wrong Jiji? Naruto asks. Oh no Naruto, it's nothing like that. It's not something bad about you, but other things, explains Hiruzen. So what is it? I'm curious, tell me Dathabayo, said Naruto. Wait Naruto, I need you to stay in the waiting room until someone comes to call you or someone enters the room, okay, said Hiruzen with an apologetic smile. Fine, but I want explanations later, said Naruto with a pout. Very well, you have my promise that everything will be explained, said Hiruzen. Now we see a huge room with a large area in the middle, and around the area, chairs and table seats. This was the council room, and everyone was present: the Hokage, the Shinobi Council, the Civil Council, the advisors and Danzo in the seats, while Kushina and Tsunade were in the middle. Very well, let's start the important meeting that was requested by Tsunade Senju, granddaughter of Shodaime Hokage, Hiruzen said as he started the meeting. With that, Hamura, one of the advisors, starts talking. Well, I believe it is well known by everyone now that this meeting is about Naruto Uzumaki, so I would like to direct my question to Tsunade. What do you specifically want with Naruto, and why now? Said Hamura. First, it's not exactly me who wants Naruto, and second, we just didn't request this meeting before because we had a lot of complications that it's not worth mentioning here. But still, in your first question, a friend of mine wants to have custody of Naruto Uzumaki, answers Tsunade. This response from Tsunade must have different reactions, but what caught the most attention was obviously the Civil Council. What does this friend of yours want with this damn brat, and why are you helping him? Said a civilian advisor. Because the boy has a very special place in my heart, and we would have adopted him, but for some reason different from the other children, for someone to be able to adopt Naruto, they need to have the permission of the council, said Tsunade, pretending not to know anything. And there's a good reason for that. This boy won't bring anything good, and also, who is this friend of yours who wants to adopt Naruto? said a civilian advisor. Well, this friend is right next to me, as you can see, said Tsunade. So everyone in the room directs their attention to the woman next to Tsunade. Everyone had already been warned that the Red Death itself would be present at the meeting, and seeing her in person like this made some people nervous. Because they knew the level of power she has, so definitely no one wanted her in a bad mood. Well, Red Death-sama, why does someone like you, so powerful, want to adopt someone as lowly as this brat? Said a civil advisor, visibly afraid of Kushina. Kushina found it really irritating to deal with the civil council, but she had no choice. After all, Naruto was not yet a shinobi, so, being a civilian, he was in the hands of the civil council. Well, this damn brat you despise so much is my son, Kushina said as she removed her mask. Now everyone in the room was in total shock. Before them was there, the wife of the Yondaime Hokage, who was supposed to be dead, now alive before their eyes. All of the civil council gulped. They not only insulted Naruto in front of his mother, no, they insulted Naruto in front of Kushina, formerly known as Red Hot Habanero, now known as Red Death. Well, they made her the biggest fear. They not only left Kushina in a bad mood, very bad mood, but they also managed to make her very angry. But not everyone was afraid of the Kushina. Hiruzen, for example, they were very happy. He can't believe in his eyes, right in front of him was Kushina alive and healthy. Not only was Hiruzen very happy, but also a certain Uchiha who was on her husband's side. Her name was Makoto Uchiha, and the woman was crying with tears of joy. Her friend, her best and closest friend, was alive. Makoto was holding back, not to jump in the middle of the room and give Kushina a big hug. Unfortunately, she will have to wait for the meeting to end. But now that the shock that Kushina was still alive passed, they start to think straight. Wait, Kushina had said that Naruto is her son, and she was the wife of Minato Namikaze, the Yondaime Hokage. Until finally everyone came to a single conclusion. Wait, Kushina-sama, so that means Naruto is Minato Namikaze's son? Said a horrified advisor, only now realizing the size of their mistake. Yes, that's right, Naruto Uzumaki, he's mine and Minato's legitimate son. Well, the oldest of them, Kushina said with an icy glare in their direction. What do you mean by the eldest, Kushina-sama? Asked another civil counselor with a cold sweat running down his face. Oh well, y'all, see those two red-haired girls over there in the corner? These two are also mine, and Minato's legitimate daughters, Kushina said while pointing to Kazu and Naomi. So everyone directs their attention to the two girls who were being protected by Fuzzo and Kaim, while Taiya and Karen were with Shizune. And everyone could see that the two girls, like their mother, were not at all happy to hear the counselors bad-mouthing their brother. As soon as everyone on the civil council realized, they managed to screw it up. Everyone now realized that they were mistreating the eldest son of Minato, the hero of Konoha. They basically spit on Minato's grave without realizing it. Meanwhile, the two elders, Hamura and Koharu, including Danzo, were grinding their teeth. Everything was according to plan, everything was fine, and now suddenly the Kushina who should be dead reappears and wants to take the weapon from them. Until Danzo had an idea. One moment please, said Danzo, gaining everyone's attention. I understand that you, as a mother, want Naruto's custody, but besides the boy being officially an orphan and not having any concrete proof that Naruto Uzumaki is really Minato's son, also you Kushina was declared dead on the day of the Kyuubi's attack, losing your citizenship here in Konoha, so you no longer have the right to adopt Naruto, said Danzo while hiding a smirk. The two elders have their hopes renewed of staying with Naruto, as it was true, Kushina no longer has citizenship in Konoha. He really is a poisonous snake, Tsunade said in thought. Danzo was about to say something else, but Kushina cut him off abruptly. Regardless of your decision, I will take Naruto with me, said Kushina. Are you implying that you are going to kidnap Naruto? Do you know that we can arrest you? Said Danzo now with more confidence. Your little games won't work on me, Danzo, Kushina said. What are you insinuating? Asks Danzo, intrigued. Tsunade, can you please give me the document? Kushina asks. And of course, Tsunade answers while giving the documents to Kushina. Kushina opens the document and takes out a specific one, then starts reading what the document said. This is an official document of the National Fire Country government. Officially omitted, revised, and approved by the Fire Daimyo and his General Council. Hearing this danzo, the elders in the Civil Council break out in a cold sweat. While Kushina continued to read. Me as Daimyo of Fire and greatest authority in this country. I declare that this document is official and authentic. With the official seal of the Daimyo of Fire Country. Clan Head Certificate. As Daimyo of the Land of Fire, I certify that Kushina Uzumaki, wife of Minato Namikaze, granddaughter of Nidaime Uzukage of Uzashigakure, Ashina Uzumaki and First Lady Akari Uzumaki, has the right to inherit the position of head of the Uzumaki clan, and the right to re-establish her clan with whom she deems worthy. As head of the clan, Kushina Uzumaki has the right to choose the place to establish a new Uzumaki compound, with the only limitation of having to give advance notice to the daimyo. Due to special circumstances concerning the Uzumaki clan, Kushina Uzumaki, if she so wishes, is entitled to become the new Shodaime Uzukage, or another title if she is a leader elsewhere. As head of the Uzumaki clan, Kushina Uzumaki, her parents, her children and husband, rightfully become nobles in Fire Country territory. Registration number, 80,023,491. Date of issue, August 13, 1998. Ends Kushina. Everyone on the council was speechless, no one believed what they had just heard. Kushina had not only become a noble and clan head, but also for being the head of the Uzumaki clan, which in the past was a supermassive clan with a territory that rivaled a country. Kushina basically has the same power position as a pseudo-Kage. When Kohoro tries to say something, Kushina raises her hand, signaling that she wasn't done yet. Kushina opens yet another document and starts reading again. Citizen Constitution of the Uzumaki Clan of 1543. Article 570. Every Uzumaki child, half Uzumaki or Uzumaki descendant, has the right to decide whether to become a shinobi, samurai or remain a civilian, will have the guaranteed protection of the Uzumaki clan, and all authority equal to or greater than Chunin of the Uzumaki family, will have the right to claim the child, if the place where he is inappropriate to live, or the child is the victim of abuse. Article 598. Every Uzumaki parent who has a lost child and wants the child's custody, if the parent's absence is justified, will have the right to claim the child for themselves. Kushina finishes reading. Now all of the civil council, the elders and Anzo have their hands tied. Everyone was surprised to see how Kushina had thought of every detail. This more than proves how much she cares for her son. Hiruzen and everyone on the Shinobi Council and had a smirk for seeing the master move that Kushina made. The civil council doesn't even have anything else to say. After all, Kushina doesn't need their approval anymore. Well, I think I've given more than enough evidence that I have the right to the custody of Naruto. Now, could someone be kind enough to show me, where is my son? Kushina asks as she leaves the room. The receptionist ends up showing where the room that Naruto was waiting, and of course nobody stopped her. After all, she was in her rights. WHAT-IFS, can I go with you? I'm also looking forward to meeting Mayani-chan, said Kazu. I know, honey, but first it has to be just me and your brother, okay? I promise we won't be long. Kushina said as she patted Kazu's head. I'm fine, said Kazu with a pout. Now Kushina had her heart at 1,000 kilometers per hour. After so long, she would finally find her son. She sweated and bled and cried for years to get here. After a few minutes walking, she arrives in front of the room where Naruto is. She was very nervous, her hands were shaking, and her heart was beating very fast. She takes a deep breath and turns the door handle, very slowly, until she hears the click. Then, slowly, she opens the door, eyes closed, until the moment the door reaches the wall. Sensing this, she opens her eyes, and her breath stops. In front of her was Naruto. In her eyes, he was almost a perfect copy of Minato, because his hair reaches his shoulders, the only difference being the whisker marks he had on his face. And his eyes, oh those beautiful blue eyes, Kushina couldn't stop looking into them. It was mesmerizing how she'd missed those blue eyes, which she'd only seen in Minato before. But they were different from Minato, Kushina could see. Even having to put up with all this suffering, Naruto's eyes still carry purity. Naruto's reaction, as incredible as it may seem, was not being different from Kushina's. Naruto at first wondered who was that strange girl who entered a room, but after he saw her face and especially her eyes, he, like her, was hypnotized. And as if instinctively, Naruto already knew that that woman in front of him is the woman he's been looking for all this time, and he only got even more sure when Kushina starts to get on her knees and with open arms. But what she says next makes Naruto lose control of his emotions. "Come here, my boy, my baby. Let me touch you, my son." And hearing this, Naruto's emotions begin to arise. Without realizing it, he started to cry, his body started to shake, and unconsciously ran towards Kushina. He jumps up and hugs Kushina, making the two fall to the ground, but that didn't even matter a little. Because finally the two were reunited, they were in tears hugging each other like there was no tomorrow. "Oh my baby, forgive me for not being with you sooner, my dear. Oh, I love you so much, son. I missed you so much," said Kushina as she couldn't stop crying. "So you are my mother. I always wondered if I had a mother. I can't believe I finally found you. And yes, I forgive you, Dathibeo," Naruto said while also crying. Kushina, even crying, giggles to see that Naruto even inherited her old verbal tic. "Yes, my baby. And now that we are together, we will never be apart again, okay? We will be a family forever," Kushina said while hugging her son tightly. "I promise to be a good son, Aka-san," said Naruto. A few more minutes and the two finally managed to calm down and break away from the hug. "Come here, my baby, let me look at you. Oh, look at you, look how you've grown and how strong you are. I'm so proud of you, sweetie," Kushina said, stroking Naruto's hair with a proud smile. Hearing this, Naruto shows his brightest smile with an embarrassed finger under his nose. "Thanks, Aka-san, hihihi. I can see that Tsunade took good care of you. You look so strong, my baby," Kushina said. "Wa, Aka-san, do you know Tsuna-chan?" Naruto asks. "Yes, me and her are very good friends." "So how does Tsunade act with you in her apartment?" Kushina asks. "Tsuna-chan is very attentive to me. I like it when she sometimes reads stories to me and is also very affectionate. But I just don't like it when she keeps talking about me to Shizune-chan. It's Naru-chan this, Naru-chan that. It's very embarrassing, Dathibeo," Naruto said. "Naru-chan, is that a nickname Tsunade gave you?" Kushina asks. "Yes, she calls me that, as long as I can remember," Naruto replies. It's not fair. I also want to give my baby an affectionate nickname," Kushina said with a pout. "Well, and if I call you Naru-chan too, would you like it?" asks Kushina, getting anxious. "It's fine by me. After all, you are my Aka-san." "Very well, Naru-chan, come with me. There are very anxious people wanting to meet you, especially your two sisters," said Kushina excitedly. "Do I have sisters?" Naruto asks with stars in his eyes. "Yes, you do, and they are very anxious to see you," Kushina said with a smile. "Wah, I always wanted to have sisters. Let's meet them soon," said Naruto, jumping from one side to the other. With that, Kushina took Naruto's hand and started to lead him to where her group was gathered. The meeting was already over. The civil council, the elders and Danzo had to leave with their tails between their legs. However, not all of them left. For example, Hiruzen and Mikoto remained. After all, Kushina was very dear in the lives of these two. Everyone starts to see two people coming towards them, and when everyone turns to see who it was, could see a beautiful scene of affection. Kushina was carrying Naruto in her arms, and the two were laughing together. It was really a very beautiful scene to see. "Hey, why is everyone quiet? Where are you?" Kazu couldn't finish talking, because when her eyes saw Naruto, she started blushing heavily with a little nosebleed. "Oh my god, this is my Ani-chan. He's so cute, Kai." Naomi wasn't doing any better. She was also blushing heavily, but managed to contain herself. I think I found my angel," Naomi said as she lost herself in her brother's eyes. Whoa. Damn. Hey, I just think I found my future husband, meow, Taya said with a flushed face. Well, he's really cute. Very cute, said Karen as she tried to adjust her glasses and tried to control her blush. Everyone watched the girl's reactions in amusement. When Kushina and Naruto arrive, she sends Naruto to go meet his sisters while she talks to Hiruzen and Mikoto. Kushina, Mikoto and Hiruzen had an emotional reunion, especially Mikoto, who felt alone without Kushina. After the three finished talking, both Mikoto and Hiruzen said they had to leave, Mikoto because she had to prepare lunch and Hiruzen because he still had a lot of paperwork. Naruto was heading over to Kazu, who clearly wasn't ready seeing the blushing mess she is. Fortunately, or unfortunately, Taya intervened. She appeared like lightning next to Naruto, supports a hand on the wall and makes a sensual expression. Hello there, hottie, can I follow you, where you're going right now? Because my parents always told me to follow my dreams. Naruto was startled by Taya's sudden appearance, but quickly recovers. Hello, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, what is your name? Naruto asks. Well, nice to meet you, hottie, my name is Taya Uzumaki, your future wife cough cough. I mean, better known as the love of your life cough cough. I mean, we can be friends, at least for now. That last part Taya said and thought, of course. Of course this is going to be amazing. And wow, that style of bandana looks really nice on you, Taya, and your red hair is really pretty too, it's just like mom's, said Naruto excitedly. Oh stop, hottie, you're making me blush, Taya said, putting her hands on her face. Naruto being a charmer without realizing it. Ahem. Now it's my turn, see Taya, Kazu said annoyed, while Taya pouted. Hi Ani-chan, I'm Kazu Uzumaki, I'm your sister, Kazu said while trying her best not to blush. Why, you're so cute, Kazu-chan, said Naruto with stars in his eyes. What, Kazu-chan? And he said MCCC cute? Haha. With that, Kazu is now in heaven. Cough cough. My turn. Hello Ani-sama, my name is Naomi Uzumaki, I'm your other sister, said Naomi, managing to have a little more control than Kazu. Wow, Naomi-chan, your hair is so beautiful, said Naruto, glowing with excitement. Beautiful, Naomi-chan, Naomi Uzumaki.X has stopped working. Again, Naruto being a charmer without realizing it. Now Karen was approaching Naruto. Hello Naruto-kun, I'm Karen Uzumaki, nice to meet you. Wow, your glasses are awesome, and look, your eyes are red as rubies, how awesome, Dathabeo. With that, Karen was also in the moon world. Damn, the kid is not even 4 years old, and he already has a harem, said Fuzzo while holding himself not to laugh. Huh, hey Nissan, what is a harem? Is it something to eat? When the girls hear it, they end up not resisting. The four of them had a big nosebleed and passed out with a very perverted face. Seeing this, everyone ends up bursting into laughter, while Kushina has an eyebrow twitch. Naruto introduced himself to the others, and then everyone went to the Senju compound that was inside Konoha to be able to rest and prepare for the next day. Meanwhile, the news that Kushina was alive and that Naruto was Minato's son spread like wildfire. The villagers couldn't believe that all this time they were trying to hurt the Konoha hero's son, and because of that many people started to feel guilty. This news also reached the ears of a certain Hyuga girl. Her name was Hinata. She could remember that Naruto was the boy who had saved her from those bullies a few days ago. Even though she was very shy, Hinata needed to personally thank Naruto for saving her life. A few hours later, in the Senju compound. It was already bedtime, everyone dispersed to their rooms. Naru-chan, I want you to sleep with me, Kushina said, taking Naruto's hand. But won't it bother you? Is this bed not big enough for two to sleep in? Asks Naruto. No need to worry, and also I want to spend as much time as possible by your side, dear, Kushina said with a warm smile. If you don't have a problem, then that's fine by me, Dathabeo, Naruto said, yawning. Oh, looks like my baby is already sleepy, come to bed, tomorrow we have a lot to do, okay? Kushina asks. Yes, Aka-san, said Naruto, almost sleeping in Kushina's arms. When Kushina arrives in the room, she sits on the bed and puts Naruto on it. Then Kushina puts on a nightgown that went up to her knee and lays on the bed too. Before going to sleep, Kushina is watching Naruto sleep peacefully. I can't believe I finally got to be with you, my son. I had to go through so many things to see you. You don't know how happy I am. I finally feel like a complete mother. And from now on, I swear on my life that I will protect you from any threat that comes, including that masked one, that masked one who killed Minato-kun. I can't believe he just disappeared. I know he's out there just waiting for the right moment to strike, and when he strikes, we'll all be ready. Good night, Naru-chan, Kushina said, giving him a kiss on the cheek, and then wraps him in her arms. With that, Kushina, after so long, finally had a good night's sleep. And with that, we finish chapter 3 of the fanfic. My soldiers, thank you for watching this far. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next chapter.